Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Through the Lens with your boy hosting Patronus Gold, and on my right is Mr. Zephyros,
Howdy doos.
and on my left is Mr. Sun Dude.
G'day.
Today we will be looking at a masterpiece of during 1954, an Alfred Hitchcock film, Rear Window. Now let this review serve as both a review and a deep analysis for your year 1234 BCE analysis stuff for English, you know?
Analysis
Yes.
task. Yes.
Yes. Anyway, synopsis. Professional photographer Jeff is stuck in his apartment, recuperating from a broken leg. Out of boredom, he begins to spy on his neighbors and comes across a shocking revelation. The film is, as I said, directed by Mr. Hitchcock, Mr. Alfred Hitchcock, legendary director. It stars James Stewart, Grace Kelly, Wendell Corey, Thelma Ritter, Raymond Burr, and it's also produced by Alfred Hitchcock, written by John Michael Hayes, and is an adaptation of It Had to Be Murder by Cornell Woolrich. It's also edited by George Tomasini, cinematographies by Robert Burks, and music by Franz Waxman. I can't see my screen. Waxman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, first impression, boys. What do we think?
It's a very unique film. I've never seen anything quite like this film before, considering it's such an old film as well. So that was pretty surprising. But
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how to give this like an initial rating. Just because it's such a unique film, I don't know how it compares in terms of anything else. I'm gonna leave this up to you guys.
All right.
I feel this movie has a very cool setting / like environment surrounding its characters. It is really much focused on this one apartment complex, and the story has to focus on the main character because of the environment, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I agree with you, boys. This is a very unique, very masterfully crafted film. I think that it's very intriguing, very tense, and I think the way that Hitchcock directs this, it's just a sight to behold. In fact, I'd like to say that even though this film was 1954, yeah, I think it's still it might be one of the best movies I've seen all year. So it really stacks up. It's a really beautifully made film, and just a work of art. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not really.
All right, moving on to acting. What did you boys think about the acting?
I think the actors played a really good job. Did a really good job. Especially
Again, I'm gonna leave this to you guys.
Mr. James Stewart as this paranoid photographer.
Yes.
He played a... Is this the right word? Paraplegic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paraplegic man on a wheelchair.
Actually, no, you'd have to. He broke his leg. He
Paraplegic is
wasn't
only if your like motor or sensory functions are done.
Right,
was
he
a
just broke
broken
his
bone.
leg. Basically, he on a wheelchair, and all he had to... He bored a man, basically, yeah?
Yeah.
And his form of entertainment be spying on the neighbors.
Yeah.
I will say, the lack of like actual physical acting was made up with like his facial expression, looking around,
Oh,
being
that's
Yeah,
like,
true.
"Ooh,"
that
makes
is
us.
absolutely true.
Yeah, at the time, I thought, yeah, this guy really knows how to act with only his face.
Yeah.
The fact
Well,
that
it's
he's
kind of
bound to his
yeah.
chair forces him to
Yeah.
really use his body language.
Also, the opposite of that is the actors who are in the apartments who have to rely a bit more on their physical performances than their subtle facial stuff because you're seeing it from a distance.
That's
Mm.
true.
So, yeah.
Was mad. Grace Kelly was pretty good as Lisa,
Oh
Jeff's
yeah, I
So,
girlfriend.
yeah.
loved her. Yeah, I have no problems with any of the acting. That's all good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say so.
Moving on.
sure,
Sure.
sure, sure.
All right, then let's talk about the unique writing.
Yeah, the unique writing, yeah.
Well, this
I'm gonna leave this to you guys first, yeah.
All right.
well, this story is based on a
Well,
book, right?
yep. It
Could,
had to be murder.
is I guess the
Uh,
adaptation from a book to a film
yeah,
would be quite different, I'd say.
yeah,
But the film really, because it's a film, it
yeah,
can show like a more detailed perspective, I'd say.
yeah. Because it incorporates lots of film techniques to convey the storyline as well. That like feeling of like all the
Suspense.
people looking at them and stuff. Yeah, and this
Well,
he
the
does a
feeling of
great job.
spying is captured really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think from a dialogue standpoint, it's really well written. I thought all of the dialogue was really snappy and witty, and it's honestly quite funny at times when they make jokes. They're clever. Um, a very well thought stuff.
Mm.
I agree.
And I think the story itself is quite tense and intriguing. Though I will say, just my personal opinion, they could have done a bit more. It's a bit like it's kind of predictable, but like I guess it's meant to be. If you guys get what I mean,
Yeah.
like once something is established, the kind of question is like whether or not the facts of what you're seeing are true. I guess that's basically the only like mystery in the film. I felt like they could have done a bit more, but you know what? It works, and I'm fine with it. But yeah,
Mhm. I
Very nice.
mean,
you want
yeah.
to add anything?
I don't really know how to add anything just because I don't really know how to write writing, so I'm not gonna say anything.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Moving on from writing, let's get on to cinematography.
Which
What do we
which is
think?
like the big part of this film, right? Because it's all
Yes.
filmed from that one location, basically.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
yeah.
So I can
So,
say quite a bit for this. You want to start, Sonny?
I mean, you guys have seen more movies than I have, so
All
like
right.
in terms of general cinematography, it was just unique to me. Just
Yeah,
like you're seeing a lot out of from a single perspective, looking into the room and looking outside of the room, and not much else other than that,
yeah.
which was very interesting. And I think the way that it builds the story kind of lets the audience try to figure out the plot by themselves for a little bit before it's finally uh you know the answer's finally given to them.
Absolutely.
It's very interesting. It's very good, I think.
Yeah.
And I know you have a lot more to say, so go ahead.
Okay, I'll start with So I'll just talk about purely. There's like a lot of visual stuff, which I'll talk about later in the visuals, but purely camera work. Um, how the fuck did he pull this off? It's crazy. You open with this beautiful one shot take, which gets the idea of how every all of the neighbors and stuff are connected. to just one shot, like going through the entire apartment complex. And he does like I don't get how he manages to keep like everything like so like clear and focused, even when like far distance coming forward like into the central part. It's really good work and
Well, might be compositing, but
very
it
creative.
looks good.
Yeah, but yeah, and it looks so seamless, which is great.
Mm.
Also cool like high angle logo stuff looking down from the apartment. Very epic zooms, stuff like that.
Epic.
Epic.
Yeah.
Adding
And
to
add something here.
Sunny's point before, he's right that in the camera
Yeah.
basically has only one spot it hangs out. It all the shots come from Jeff's room basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
from the windows, and that really gives a single perspective, as Sunny said.
Yeah.
But yeah, general camera work is pretty good shots, clear shots, and also some interesting of well, I guess it's more effects, but like the zoom ins and whatnot. Yeah, that was good. Yes.
Yeah.
So good stuff, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Moving on to music. What do you think about the music?
The music is also very unique in that it's sticking to the theme of watching from a single perspective. There is not a lot of like we call it non-diegetic music, where it's something only the audience get. Most of the music you hear is
Yeah.
only what Jeff himself can hear from his apartment,
Yeah.
which is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Piano Man.
Yeah, the pianist. We can say that because that was in the trailer. The pianist was playing a lot of music as the sound source for that music. And I think in terms of the music itself,
Yeah.
I think it fit the theme well. Like
Yeah.
good tension, good whatever.
Yeah.
It fit the movie well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like in some places where you expected there to be more music in like modern films or any film in general, the lack of it also makes the tension like pretty intense sometimes.
Yeah,
So
I
man.
agree. Yeah.
yeah, I liked it.
Well, sometimes it's
Yep.
about the spaces between the notes,
Yeah,
that
the
creates
absence
that
of the
emotion.
music.
Yeah.
So good stuff.
All right. Editing and visuals.
Oh, I was gonna add
Well, I
on
know you
before.
guys have some stuff to say about the visuals. Yeah.
As Dag mentioned before, for like the zoom in effects, or like the panning of the telescope or the zoom lens, they look really clear, as almost they're like composited on the windows. That might be an effect. Well, I think it's most likely an effect because I feel like a camera can't really do that. But
Yeah.
if it was an effect or a bit of a compositing, they did a really good job. Everything flowed really well. Nothing distracting.
Yeah.
Also, maybe should we mention props?
Yeah. Sure.
Or just the
Props are cool.
set in general,
Yeah,
right?
the set.
Yeah. Yeah.
The set is a whole apartment complex, which is
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is all
it
pretty
looks great.
detailed.
Fits
Yeah, it looks
well.
good.
It's actually really good looking. Yeah.
And if you want to get an idea about the set, you can go look at the trailer for this, which is basically what the entire set of the film is. There's no other set other than that. It's all very nicely made. Looks great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mad.
So yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Wanted to add something. There's one bad special effect, which is a green screen at the very start, but that's only in it for like a couple of seconds.
There's two instances of
Oh,
green
the
screen,
helicopter.
which we'll get into more.
Oh wait, the one at the very end, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it's
But that
excusable.
was funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fucking 50s. It's pretty funny.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was quick. I guess it's time for spoilers.
Spoiler zone, extra shitty today for a great film.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the spoiler zone. Timestamps on the screen if you don't want to be spoiled. But here we go.
Here's the time for the deep analysis, so you guys better stick
Yeah.
around.
That's right, English students.
What are the points you're supposed to discuss for your analysis?
We should talk about like the development of the main plot, I think,
Yeah, let's go.
compared to like the entire film. And I know you mentioned this before, so I think we'll let you have the stage.
Yeah.
Wait, who did me?
Oh. Yeah.
Jack.
Jack?
You're Jack.
Okay, the main plot. So,
Like they could have
first
done
of
more.
all, I just want to say, so the guy breaks his leg. That's the hook of the film. He's stuck in this apartment. That's already like an interesting thing because the whole thing takes place inside of his apartment, so they can really utilize like their budget and stuff at the set, and that's done well. There's stuff with so the main thing is he witnesses he doesn't directly
Suspicious
witness it, but he
activity.
suspects that the guy across from his apartment did a bit of a murder. Might have offed his wife.
Because Jeff, in his disabled days, he spends his days looking at his neighbors, like basically memorizing all their schedules and what they do every day. That way he knows when
Yeah.
something suspicious is up. And this particular week, Mr. What's that dude's name? The neighbor across?
Forswald, Mr. Forswald.
Mr. Forwardswald
Yep.
was having a fight with his sick wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, his wife was sick, my guy. She's so sick.
Yeah, man, she was.
Yeah.
Hella sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, they
Yeah.
kind of fought, and then they guy's pissed.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we get introduced to the girlfriend.
Yes. Lisa. And they have a very interesting dynamic because there's Mr. Jeff doesn't want to get married and stuff.
Because he wants to explore the world and shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Lisa's bound to the fashion industry, business basically at that time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he thinks that she wouldn't mesh with his life really.
Yeah.
And so I guess the interesting way that plays throughout the entire film is Lisa herself. There's lots of character development because she gets really involved in the investigation, right? She goes down she breaks into the apartment across from his house to do an investigation. She gets down into the garden, does all she basically does she does like more of the actual work than Jeff himself. So I think that really shows how her character is stronger than it initially appears.
Well, at least stronger than what Jeff believed.
Yeah, that was Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it proved to Jeff that she is kind of capable of maybe joining him in his adventures as a photographer.
Even though he doesn't appear to be going anywhere by the end of that film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Broke both his legs.
What are the other
It is.
characters? How about the nurse lady?
Nurse lady. Oh, I really liked her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very well written. She was like, she was the old lady nurse, but she knew all of the dark stuff about murder, so it was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She was kind of like the Mrs. Hudson of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, as Sun Dude mentioned before this recording, apparently this whole story was based on 50s paranoia for your neighbors being communist.
That's what I read on when Dio told me about what you said, Jack, before.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can bring it up.
Because that's what the teachers said.
Yeah, and you'd expect so because this is like the 50s, the Cold War, all that. Between 1950 and 1955, the age of McCarthyism was in full swing. I'm quoting this.
Yeah.
The United States was in the communist scare. Friends threw friends under the bus to save their own skin. Neighbors turned on neighbors. That's the one neighbor speculating about another committing terrible actions. So there's a lot of inspiration from those current events as well.
Well, that's a historical context for this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how similar it is to the book that it's based on. The book, for all we know, could be the entire reason why it has to do with communist and communism and McCarthyism back in the 50s. But yeah, it's interesting.
It is. Definitely some parallels can be made to the other movie we reviewed, On the Waterfront. Both tackling McCarthyism as a and I think Hitchcock really plays with that paranoia, because you're like, I mean, I guess that stuff could be explained away, but maybe he's right. You don't really know, and that's like the main draw of that's the mystery of the film.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'd like to elaborate on what I was saying before. Just in my personal opinion, I felt like they could have done a bit more of like maybe some of the other neighbors might have done a murder or some shit. You know, like maybe a bit more of a mystery. Because this one is just very much, did he do it? Did he not do it? But I honestly, but I guess that now that I think about it more, it really works with McCarthyism stuff. So yeah.
So I want to mention some more of like the kind of like a trivia kind of stuff.
Yes.
Alfred Hitchcock, according to Wikipedia, makes his traditional cameo appearance in the Songwriter's Mom, where he is seen winding a clock. Apparently, Alfred Hitchcock makes a cameo in every single one of his films.
He's like the fucking Quentin Tarantino. He cameos.
Oh
right?
yeah.
True.
Also, do you guys know if the set was built or not? Because this is what the Wikipedia article says. It's an entirely indoor set.
Yeah.
They spent 6 weeks building it.
Yeah.
And it had its own like rain system, its own drainage system to accommodate rain.
Because rain was a big visual thing in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever rain came, it was like bad news, you know.
Also, the lighting as well, because the lighting was all artificial, and to recreate day and night could just be done at like basically the flick of a switch, I'm assuming. And it looked like, it was nighttime, it was daytime.
I think Hollywood should do this more instead of doing fucking green screen sets. I feel like proper things like this, and it's also like it's extremely practical because of the rain and shit. Yeah.
Although, have you seen the Mando set with the fucking screens?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's
because that's also using practical effects.
That's like half editing, or half like virtual and half real, because it's real screens but virtual background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're filming the Batman on that as well.
Oh man. Next point of this story.
Oh, I forgot to say that Jeff was right. The guy did kill his wife.
Yes.
Yeah, right from the start.
Yeah. And they have a confrontation at the end.
Should we mention the cop dude? Mr.
Sure.
Does he have an important role? He was kind of the devil's advocate in this story.
Yeah. Or just like the I don't know what you call it. The guy who doesn't really believe it at first, wants to get all the information, basically.
The naysayer.
Yes.
yeah, it just adds more to the paranoia aspect, I guess. Making it seem like, oh, he might not have done it. Jeff's just gone a bit loony, cooped up in that apartment by himself.
Yeah.
So, actually, okay, I'm gonna bring up one more thing. There was an actor in here, who if we remember Miss Torso,
Lorena?
the good-looking girl across the way. The guy she kissed was the guy by the name of Dick Simmons.
Funny.
That's hot.
That
Dick
did be hot.
Simmons. That's hot. That's hot.
Very cool.
Also, there was a waiter by the name of Ralph Smiles. I'm assuming he
Damn.
smiles a lot. Also, Miss Hearing Aid was Jesslyn Fax.
Facts, bro.
That's facts. That's facts.
Wait, these character names are actors.
These are the actors' names.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up now so as to not make anyone else cringe.
That was very good facts. Great stuff. Trivia.
Actually, in terms of jokes, this film has some good jokes as well. Good comedic stuff.
Yeah. We laughed at a few, didn't we, when we were watching Mr. Deer?
Yes, we did. I forgot the jokes though.
Yeah.
And I'll say I didn't laugh so much just because of the serious tone of the movie. But if I were in a less serious mood, I would probably have laughed quite a bit. And also, the fact that there was just one guy behind me constantly like making noises and like that kind of tone was like kind of annoying to me. Yeah. But yeah, we're not gonna talk about that anymore. But yeah, good stuff. So yeah.
Good stuff indeed. Oh yeah, at the end. Jeffy. Should we just explain the whole end bit? Basically, Mr. Killerman finds out that Jeff is the one pulling the strings on his. Jeff is exposing him. So Jeff, cooped up in his room, waits for the arrival of Killerman to confront him.
Oh yeah, and then he flashes him with the flashlight.
Yes.
The camera.
Then he almost got choked, and then he got thrown off the roof. Not the roof, the window. Then he broke his leg again. Now he's stuck at his house again.
Yeah.
Does that mean? Oh, that might be symbolism, right? That means he's settling down.
I mean, actually, yeah. If you think about it. So then, at least it shows at the end, he's there with his broken legs, and Lisa's there too.
So they kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah, they meet in the middle, basically.
And at the end, you see Lisa reading a book like, what was it called, Beyond the High Himalayas, as if she's preparing to be like, okay, I'm ready to go with you on these trips.
Wasn't it like one of
I didn't notice
his magazines?
Yeah, but then after she sees that Jeff finally fell asleep, Lisa opened up a fashion magazine. So there's more to come for this couple, but leaves us wondering.
Right. Is there any more symbolism? Movie. Dog died. Remember that?
Yeah, the dog did die. That was very sad.
Yeah.
That is a symbol for the death of humanity.
Absolutely, mate.
That's deep.
Once the dog dies, where does humanity go from there?
Exactly.
But, okay, what do you say about this? At the end, they get a new doggy. What does that mean?
That means that
rebirth.
We're at the end of time and getting rebirthed. Yeah, you're right. We're going back to Monkey.
Monkey.
All right.
Yeah.
Final verdict time, is it?
Final verdict time.
Final verdict. Yes.
Welcome
All
back to
right.
everyone who skipped the spoiler zone. That was a pretty long spoiler zone. We might try to edit it down a bit.
I
Yeah.
mean, deep analysis for the
Deep
English
analysis.
students.
Depending on your perspective, but yeah,
Um,
deep analysis.
Yeah.
I
Okay. Starting with you.
Pretty cool movie. It was unique story, unique setting, cool camera work, in like interesting visual techniques. Characters were fully developed, kind of. They were fun to watch. Story is engaging and suspenseful. I'm feeling a strong 8 to a light 9. Epic.
All right. For me, this was a fucking masterpiece. All right. I'd say strong performances all around. Writing as a tension-filled storyline with witty dialogue and really factors in with the whole McCarthyism back fucking inspiration and stuff for this film. Ties it very well. Cinematography, amazing. This is a 1954 movie. It looks better than I would say most of the 2020 movies I've seen this year. Very well done. Music, good stuff. Mostly, what do we say, non-diegetic or something?
Diegetic. It was
Oh,
diegetic.
diegetic. Yeah, and that really worked. Though, yeah, sorry, yeah, and editing, visual stuff, visuals top notch. All the good set design, everything worked really well. And I think this movie, it's a strong 9 to a light 10 for me.
Damn. Dio, what did you say it was? What did you say you
I
gave?
said strong 8 to light 9.
Strong 8?
Yeah.
Strong 8 to strong 9. And you gave it strong 9 to strong 10. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just hit it in the middle, go 9. So we got a 9.
You want to add anything as to why?
Mad movie.
No.
Is that an average of?
9.
Oh, cool.
Easy.
No maths for this, mate.
No mess. Thank you for watching our. How do we normally end this? I don't know.
It's been a while, right?
That's it for
Good
today.
luck on your year 12 exams next year, if you're watching this for that. Honestly, don't skip this movie. I know some of you kids are thinking, I'm not gonna read the books, I'm gonna watch the movies, blah blah blah. But this one, I highly recommend you check it out. This is a good one.
Tell us what you think about the movie below. Tell us what you think about our analysis. And if you
Tell
want
us
to
about how
ask,
much you're dying in year
yeah,
12.
tell us what you want us to
And,
review next. It will,
Let us know if there's anything you want to add in the comments. More analysis to teach us about stuff we didn't know.
and we'll be seeing you in the next episode of Through the Lens.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.